You're listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. The show that gives pastors and church leaders the clarity they need to protect their people, property, and ministry.
Welcome back to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. I'm your host, Ron Wadley with Insurance for Texans. We help church leaders protect their people and property with wisdom and clarity. Today's episode takes us out to the Texas Panhandle, to a decision that could either move your ministry forward or stop it dead in its tracks. The wind was howling across the plains of Amarillo last Tuesday night. Inside a warm fellowship hall, a finance committee was meeting. The church is growing, the youth group has doubled, and the seniors want to get out into the community together. The agenda was simple. They needed a vehicle. The chairperson found a deal, a used 15-passenger van sitting on a lot on the edge of town. The price was right. It fits the budget. But then a deacon raised his hand and asked a question. Can we just add the van to the pastor's personal auto insurance policy to save some money? If your church gets the answer to that question wrong, you aren't saving money. You are risking your entire future. In Texas, church auto insurance isn't just a card in the glove box for the police. It's a complex financial shield. It's split into two parts. First, there's liability coverage. This is the shield that pays for medical bills and property damage for others if your staff causes an accident. It protects the church bank account from a lawsuit. The second part is physical damage, your comp and collision. That's what fixes your van if you hit a pole or if one of those famous Amarillo hailstorms rolls through. Now, back to that deacon's question. Can you just put it on the pastor's policy? No. Personal policies are built for families, not a rotating roster of church drivers. If a volunteer is behind the wheel and has an accident, a personal carrier will likely deny the claim. Even worse, a personal policy offers zero defense for the church entity. When the lawyers come, they won't just look at the pastor, they'll go after the church building and the bank accounts. You have to keep your church's property separate from your personal life. It's basic risk management. The church needs a commercial or business auto policy that covers the vehicles that they own. And while we're talking about risks, let's talk about those 15-passenger vans. They may look like a bargain, but in the insurance world, they are a liability nightmare. Because of their high center of gravity and rollover risks, many carriers won't even write a policy for them anymore. You might find that a small shuttle bus with dual rear wheels is actually a better investment because it's safer and cheaper to insure in the long run. A final thing to know about commercial auto coverage for church-owned vehicles is not to settle for state minimums. In Texas, the state minimum requirement is $30,000 for injuries caused to others. If your church's van rear-ends a family on I-40 and someone needs an air ambulance, $30,000 won't even cover the flight, let alone the person's medical bills. You need a shield of at least $500,000 as a combined single limit to truly protect your church's assets. If your church owns one or more vehicles, don't risk your church's future by insuring them on a personal auto policy. Auto insurance is just one piece of the puzzle. A comprehensive review by an experienced church insurance agency can reveal other gaps that need attention. At Insurance for Texans, when we look at your auto policy, we also look at the rest of your protection. We ask questions about your church, the congregation, and your activities so that we can check to make sure your coverage is optimal. Connect with our church insurance team at insurancefortexans.com. And if you want to know more about church insurance in general, get a free copy of our book, The Promise of Certainty, at thepromiseofcertainty.com. I'm Ron Wadley, and this has been Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. Until next time, remember, your church's mission is too important to leave to chance.
Thanks for listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, insurance isn't just about policies. It's about safeguarding the mission God has called you to lead.